Imagine this. You're 19, barely old enough to buy a beer, and yet you've already become the most decorated American soldier of World War II. That was Audie Murphy. He wasn't tall. He wasn't built like Captain America. In fact, the army almost rejected him for being too small. But what he lacked in size, he made up for with sheer, absolute audacity. Murphy grew up in Texas during the Great Depression. He was dirt poor, dropped out of school to work in the fields, and even hunted rabbits with a rifle to feed his family. That sharp eye would later make him lethal on the battlefield. When WO2 broke out, Murphy wanted to fight. The Marines and the Navy told him, "Kid, you're too small." But the US Army said, "Hey, why not?" Big mistake for the Germans. Huge. He was sent to Europe and quickly proved he wasn't just another soldier. At Anzio, in Italy, he fought off waves of German troops, showing no fear. But his true legend came in France, January 1945. Picture this. His unit is being overrun by German tanks and infantry. Everyone's falling back. But Audie, he climbs onto a burning tank destroyer, literally on fire, grabs the machine gun mounted on top, and starts mowing down enemy soldiers, alone, for over an hour, under heavy fire. And he doesn't stop until he runs out of ammo. The result? He kills or wounds about 50 Germans, halts the entire assault, and then calmly leads his men in a counterattack. Like, "All right, boys, now it's our turn." For that, he received the Medal of Honor, the highest award possible. But that wasn't his only medal. Oh no. Audie Murphy collected 33 US medals, plus 5 from France and 1 from Belgium. By the end of the war, he was basically a walking Christmas tree of medals. And what did he do after the war? Hollywood, baby. Murphy starred in movies, including one about himself called To Hell and Back. He literally played himself in the war film about his life. Imagine being such a badass that Hollywood doesn't even try to hire an actor to replace you. But behind the medals and the fame, Murphy carried scars. He suffered from what we now call PTSD, had nightmares, and even slept with a pistol under his pillow. Yet he spoke out about it publicly, at a time when few dared, making him a voice for veterans. So, Audie Murphy wasn't just a soldier. He was the ultimate underdog who became a one-man army, survived the war, conquered Hollywood, and even helped others after the fight was over. Not bad for a guy everyone thought was too small to fight. Epic warrior? Check. Real-life superhero? Double check.